Hey, welcome to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. I want to discuss a topic that affects every single father, every single dad. No matter what step you are in life, and it's something that over time seems to compound and become more and more difficult. Be it you have one kid or five kids, if you have younger children or older children, doesn't make a difference what stage you're at. This is something that is a problem that we experience as fathers. Something that just keeps seemingly always being out of our reach. Something that I want to address today and give you some ideas of how to conquer that. Because it's something that I dealt with for a long time. And I found a way to be able to overcome this challenge and to be able to put little steps into my life in order to totally change this and really alleviate a lot of overhead and stress. And that's lack of time. We all have lack of time. We're busy. We have families. We have work. We have things to do around the house. We also want to do things for ourselves, which is important. Taking care of ourselves, enjoying, and not just working and working and working. There's kids' games, practices, parties, family events. The list goes on and on. You know just as well as I do. And at the same time, we're looking to work on ourselves. At the same time, we're listening to motivational content or ideas on how to improve in certain aspects of our life. But we never seem to be able to find that time to actually work on it. It always seems like I have work, I have a family, I have this, that, and the other. I try to get to the gym. When am I supposed to do things? When am I supposed to grow? How do I even do this? Because realistically, it's not just about that I hear something, but I want to put it into action. That's how I'm going to improve. But putting it into action takes a thought process. It takes planning. When do I do that? I can barely keep my eyes open because I'm exhausted at the end of the day. What do I do? So let's take this back a few years. It hit me at one point that the way I was living life was not how I wanted to live life. The way I was showing up as a father was not sufficient. I wanted more. I wanted more of those moments where I'm excited, where I'm enjoying, I'm appreciating my kids, and I'm giving back to them. I'm seeing that smile on their face. I'm giving them compliments. And at the same time, building a stronger connection and relationship with my wife. Now you may say, whoa, 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 that's a lot. It is. I have high expectations for myself. But at the same time, I know that it's possible. Because look around. There are people that are doing it. It is possible. Now, how am I going to do it? That's something I had to work on. It's something that I spent a lot of time on. So, one thing that I started doing at that point was instead of listening to music when I was driving places, which wasn't necessarily very often, I started listening to content that was on the same road of what I was looking to accomplish. I researched and found podcasts. I listened to some and then I stopped listening to them if I didn't enjoy what they were saying. I found books that I felt were along the lines of what I wanted to learn. Some I let go, and some I kept reading. Going through it, yeah, I have a lot of notes and I have dog-eared pages that I may not get back to for years, but it was a slow growth, but it was sustainable. I had a chart for myself. I still do have charts for daily activities, be it exercise, time with my wife, as far as at points keeping my phone away, spending time with my kids. Thankfully, a number of those things have become so part of my daily routine that I'm not using them anymore. But it's something that helped me keep track of it over time. Reading books, I was reading maybe 5 minutes a night. That was it. 5 minutes a night. And you're thinking, like, where's 5 minutes going to get me? 5 minutes is going to get you nowhere. But 5 minutes compounded, it's going to get you through a lot. And it's going to take weeks. It's going to take months. It's going to take years. But it's slow and steady growth. So yeah, we do have a lot of stuff that's happening in our lives. But if we create the right environment for ourselves, so we set ourselves up for success with a little bit of planning, that's how we're going to grow. And I'm proof of that. It works. Is it going to work exactly the same way for me and for you? Probably not. But that's why each one of us does our little routine. Each one of us finds what works for us. And the idea is to dig in and understand that. You don't have to have an elaborate, beautiful plan. Spending time with yourself or spending time with someone that you can trust, maybe a mentor, sitting down, going through what does my perfect day look like, drawing it up, coming up with an idea. And sometimes it doesn't happen in just one session. Maybe you need multiple sessions spread out over time. But building that out and having a clear vision written down and defined. And then from there, breaking that down into small daily or weekly or monthly goals. Because once you have it in your head, it doesn't actually translate to success. Once you start having it on paper, it doesn't either translate it to success. But when it's in your face and it becomes a part of you, it's going to help you succeed. Because it's no longer like everything else floating around in your head. You have it written down on paper, and you have it where you're going to see it. It's going to be your daily reminder of, yes, I want to make more progress on this. And it's going to help you keep that motivation, help you keep that up yourself. And that defined why is going to be something that's going to carry you through. But let's take it a step back, because I'm getting ahead of myself. The main core idea here is to take the small steps. Spend a small amount of time figuring out what that next step is that you want. Maybe you're not up to your perfect day, and that's cool. That's totally fine. But what's your next step? Is your next step that you want to spend more time with your kids, but you feel that it just every day you're going to bed and you're like, I didn't spend the time that I wanted to spend with them. And that's okay also, but let's fix that. Let's take that back. Let's make a chart. Let's make a daily reminder. Whatever it is, put something on your phone. Put a reminder, an alarm on your phone to spend time with the kids. Who cares if it looks ridiculous if it gets the job done? It doesn't make a difference what it looks like. The question is, are you getting results? That's what it comes down to. You need to be able to get results. And even if that means having an accountability partner, having someone that's going to check in with you every single day and say, did you accomplish this or not? Take hold of your life. Own it. Because yes, when we go through life on a day-to-day basis, there is no time. But when we go through life with an approach of, I have an idea of where I want to go, this is what I want to do, your actions change. All of a sudden, the other things that you're doing may not be as important. Or you find that 2 minutes that you can spend with your wife and you dedicate that towards building your relationship. You find that extra couple minutes where you could tuck your kids into bed at night and say goodnight to them and build that relationship. All those little things, they exist. But if you don't have the foresight and if you don't have the devotion to your plan to make it succeed, the time is just going to slip by. So realize the time is there. It's just a question of approaching life with the plan. As always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.